happen. You know, after you're working on your own stage, of course you know how to get through it, but nobody else does. So what seems obvious to you, because of course you're making it, right? You're like, okay, well, you can do this. A lot of people may not realize you can do it.
Yeah, like the trap door.
Right. And so, you know, we have test plays within the office where everybody on the team kind of plays each other's stages and offers feedback, saying, okay, maybe you can do more like this, or, you know, I got spotted here, felt this was unfair, maybe can you change it this way? And basically you just, you know, offer feedback on each other's stages and just, you know, go from there and bring the quality level up.
Yeah, make, break.
Right. And a lot of times, you know, sometimes we have to change things quite a bit, you know, like, because sometimes, you know, the route that we thought would work, you know, like this is the route that we wanted. But then when you actually do it, you know, it's like, well, maybe it's not as fun as you thought it would be, so you kind of have to go back and you know, redesign. And there's no real, like, you know, quick way to get through it, because it's a game, and, you know, until you start playing it, putting in the enemies, and seeing how everything interacts with each other, it's hard to tell whether it'll work or not.
I see.
Yeah, and sometimes like you know, the route is okay, but when you play through the whole game, it's okay, but it's, you know, sounds like a little boring. I mean, you know, the piece of the route, the gameplay was okay, but you know, play through the whole game, it seems like a little dull. Or something, and then they might have to change.
Right. Another thing too is, like, you know, talking about, like, you know, going through the whole game, is we also look at pacing. So, you know, we don't try to put like back-to-back action all the time, right? You want like kind of that rhythm where there's action and it kind of falls off, and you have a little bit of silence, and then more action again. It slowly builds up, you know, towards the climax. And, you know,
Right.
So, you know, that's kind of how we balance the stages. You know, start off maybe with some action, and then after that it's a little bit quiet, and then, like, you know, you get to, like, say, like Eastern Europe, and it's, you know, just totally sneaking, you know, and different type of gameplay. Then you go to Moses, and it's kind of like, you know, silent and nostalgic before the big climax at the end. So yeah, you know, just kind of take everything into account.
I see. So then you might have to rework because the whole balance is like tweaked this way or that way.
So maybe, you know, you do it and, you know, it works okay, you know, by itself, but maybe it doesn't fit into the overall rhythm of the game. So sometimes you have to go back and tweak that. And then little things like, you know, like the shadows in this level and things like that, right? So, you know, a lot of people were getting found, so we're like, oh, what can we do? And we're like, oh, well, we got this wonderful lighting system where, you know, everybody casts shadows. Let's make everything, you know, the catwalks great, and make it so you can see the shadow.
And not to mention the Hideo Kojima check that you have.
Right, of course.
You face every day.
Yes, he's very strict.
Very, you know, famous. I guess everyone knows, looking at the Making DVD, that he makes notes all the time.
Right.
And then he just passes them around, right?
His
it's
trademark.
really hard to read.
Yeah.
His handwriting.
Trademark handwriting. That's kind of sparkly pen that he uses.
Right. It's really cute. You
Yeah.
know, like a Japanese, like a junior high school student, girl junior high school student, you know, use those kind of pen.
But it's almost
It's
impossible.
really cute, but you know, cute pen's color, but you know, there's a sentence, the meaning is very, sometimes a little harsh.
Yeah.
So
Fix this. What the hell is this?
with a cutie pen.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean. We went through, you know, the first half of Act 5, and what else can we expect in our future Integral podcast?
Today we have some sad news.
Sad news.
Sad news, yes. Unfortunately, you know, the next episode of the Integral podcast will actually be our last episode.
Yay!
Oh, no!
Yes!
That's horrible.
We made it! We made it!
Yes, we finished safely.
Finally.
Okay, you're finally done, yes. Yeah, it's great. So be sure to tune in for that. And, you know, we'll have a special guest next time.
Special guest.
Yep. We'll have our lead sound guy coming in, Tojin, because we had some mail, some comments on the webpage as well, that people were really impressed by the sound in Metal Gear Solid 4, and they wanted to hear, you know, about the making of the sound. So we're going to call our lead sound guy come in and talk about the sound in Metal Gear Solid 4.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That will be fun.
It will be fun.
Right, so where's our meeting point?
Meeting point is wherever you want to meet.
This is going to be a kind of a nice talk show.
Right, it's going to be a completely free talk. We're just going to talk about the sound in the game in general. So it's not going to be about any particular stage per se. You know, we're probably going to touch on a little bit of everything. So yeah, just feel free to load it wherever you want to load it, and load up your podcast, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so next episode, we'll meet at anywhere you want.
Right.
Yes? Anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. Okay, and that wraps up this episode of the MGS4 Integral Podcast. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, that's gonna wrap up this edition of the Metal Gear Solid 4 Integral Podcast. Check back next time for more tips, tricks, and insider info on Metal Gear Solid 4. Brought to you by Kojima Productions and Hideo Kojima himself. Make sure to send in your comments to Hideo Blog. See you next time.